Hello and welcome. I'm Stephen Lindwall. Today we have the third and final chapter in the second law section of the book Atomic Habits. Again, the author switches it up with an inversion. Make it unattractive. Your bad habits, that is. Let's talk about chapter 10, how to find and fix the causes of your bad habits, or as I like to call it, why you keep snacking, scrolling, and skipping gym day, even when you know better. James Clear starts the chapter with a story of quitting smoking. He referenced a book advising that smoking destroyed nerves, wasn't necessary for being social, and provided nothing positive. He made smoking totally unattractive with zero benefits. Those horrific warnings on those cigarette packs try to make smoking visibly unattractive. But it was my massage therapist who told me something even more shocking. She saw a smoker's lung during anatomy training. One look, and she's never smoked again. That's the second law, inverted, making it unattractive, emotionally, mentally, even viscerally. We all have these cravings in our modern society, be it our behaviors of snacking on potato chips, browsing Facebook, or playing video games. I'm not scrolling Instagram because I care about Joe's vacation. I'm really just avoiding my taxes. So if you investigate further, they all have underlying motives to our ancient caveman brain. Underlying motives include eating to survive, social acceptance to belong, just relieving anxiety, connecting with others, gaining status, reducing uncertainty, things like that. Our habits are today's solutions to these ancient desires. Your current habits are just the method you learned to use. You had a problem to solve, and you've since associated a solution to it. Bad habits are often a response to stress, boredom, loneliness, or anxiety. So if you're experiencing one of these things, stop before grabbing the Doritos. Every time you perceive a cue, your brain makes a prediction of what to do. These predictions lead to feelings, which again is that desire or craving, to change your internal state and give you reason to act. And these predictions are similar to that chapter 8 concept of anticipation. So checking social media isn't really about the application. It's about feeling connected. And whenever a habit addresses these underlying motives, you develop a craving to do it again. The goal is to make hard habits more attractive by associating them with a positive experience. Make them attractive. This is largely accomplished by your perspective or reframing. We often talk about we have to in a given day. I have to take out the garbage. I have to call my parents. I have to do this report. In reality, you have a choice. Treat the have to as a 4-letter word and remove it from your vocabulary. Similar to can't. Reframing the behavior as a choice or I get to rather than an obligation or punishment makes the habit more attractive, empowers your identity, and is more sustainable. Instead of, I have to do my taxes, I say, I choose to avoid prison. Instead of, I have to stretch before my workout, I say, I get to avoid moving like a retired transformer tomorrow. By saying I choose, I take responsibility. By saying I get to, I shift the way I view it, like into an opportunity. It's about reframing the habit to its benefit instead of that negative. It's a method of reprogramming your mind. For me, sometimes it's windy out when I want to take that bike ride. Do I say no? No. I say I get to build more strength and endurance today. So James Clear, he had a newsletter from October 3rd, 2024. And his main idea here was to focus on your likes, not your wants. You may not want to exercise, but you sure like how it makes you feel. You may not want to write, but you like the feeling of that accomplishment. So just 2 examples there. Do you get nervous or anxious before that next presentation? You can reframe it into excitement. Emotions play a huge role in habit formation, especially negative emotions, those things like stress and anxiety again. So reframe that distress into positive excitement. So the technique offered in this chapter is the motivation ritual. It's about setting intention before the interaction for that better emotional state. This is why athletes wear headphones before the big game. They're not just listening to pump-up music, they're priming their emotional state. Me, I stretch before a bike ride. Rushing to that stressful meeting, take 2 minutes, breathe, and ask yourself, what's the best version of me that could walk into this room right now? So for this chapter, I have 3 questions for you. Can you think of a bad habit you want to change? And then what is that real caveman brain craving behind it? Is there a bad habit you struggle to break because it satisfies that short-term craving or reward? And then 3, how can you reframe a difficult habit you struggle with to make it more appealing? Drop your answers in the comments and let's reframe it together. So in conclusion here, your bad habits aren't evil. They're just emotional freeloaders. It's time to evict them. So I hope you reflect on why bad habits form. Consider how to address their root causes rather than just trying to resist them. You already have the power to rewrite the story of your habits are telling. And when you change the story, you change your life. Thank you.